Hey, Rokas here. I'm going to show you how you can personalize your cold emails by doing this anytime workflow, and you'll be able to have thousands upon thousands of email personalization lines just like with a few clicks basically. All right. Now, if you're not familiar with Anytn, it's basically an automation platform where you can create with no code automations that you can create really easily, right? Now, for Anytn, there are two options. First Anytn option is buying and acquiring Anytn from Anytn itself, and in euros it's 24 euros, so like what, $25 or something. Now, this is a good option if you don't want to mess with anything, just kind of buy it and you're good to go. But let's call this quite expensive compared to the other option, all right? The other option is the option that I use myself. It's called Railway, right? Basically with Railway, it's like a storage unit, something like that. You're able to host anything yourself, and basically they have more features and it's way more cheaper, right? So if you want to do that, because in this tutorial I'm going to use Railway, this is kind of easy, so you wouldn't have to click on different tutorials over YouTube. What you're gonna do is go ahead on railway.com, all right, railway.com. Go ahead and you can start out with a free trial for 30 days or just buy the $5 basically hobby plan. Then you'll be entering Railway itself, right? Go into dashboard and you'll have your projects, right? Here I have my two of my own projects, which is one I have Anytn. So for you to get Anytn, what you want to do is click on new, click on template, click write Anytn, and the first option should be Anytn with workers, which has the most downloads. Basically click it, new project, go and deploy. All right. So after a few minutes, it should be starting to deploy. Basically, you can see Redis, Postgres, Worker, Primary. You'll have basically a deployment of these, so it should take around 2-3 minutes, and I'll continue when we are done with it. All right. All right, so I'm done with the deployment. So what you're gonna do now is click on primary and open up this link, right? Primary production, F4F, basically that. You'll open it up and you're gonna set up an owner account. Once you set it up, you'll go into the login page and you'll see your own Anytn basically, all right? So yeah, now that you kind of know you have Anytn already installed onto your computer basically, into your thing, basically you can have the previous link copied somewhere so you know how to enter it. And yeah, I'm gonna explain what's the workflow, how you can get more replies, cold email replies, so you are the one that succeeds with cold email essentially, right? Now, how I personalize my emails to use this workflow, I'll show you how to use the workflow, how to get the workflow afterwards. Basically, the workflow consists of getting the leads from a database, scraping websites of those leads, then creating the personalized line and entering them into the Google Sheets again, right? So let me walk you through it. Basically, get rows in sheet is essentially you take rows. For example, I have this email Google Sheets, basically about leads from apollo.com. As you can see, you can try it out, apollo.io, sorry, not .com. Basically, you can take a bunch of leads, do filtering, and then download those leads. I have previous videos showing how to do it yourself, and for fairly cheaply, right? Basically, I have this lead list. I just took 100 leads just to make it simple for this tutorial, right? So you go ahead, click this, open up your this node. Anything is called nodes. Then we have this email personalization node, right? I have a bunch of different Google Sheets, obviously. So you select your current one. You can see email personalization. Right here we have email personalization and sheet 1, and we have here on the bottom sheet 1. All right, so that's what you want to do. And basically, you select those, and that's it. You go to the next step. Next step is the limit, right? How many leads can we take from this sheet and run through this workflow, right? I have set it as 500 right now, just to keep it simple. You can do 5,000 because sometimes anything crashes while you're doing too much. So I'll just keep it up to 5,000. But for right now, just keep it to 500 bucks. 500, just 500. All right. Now this is a node called loop over items. It's basically from those 500 leads that we take from the sheet, how many do you want to put to the workflow for a continuous loop so we get everyone, right? So with this, we're gonna have batch size of 1, so every single time, 1 by 1 by 1 by 1, this lead list gonna be filled out, right, 1 by 1 by 1. Right? If we increase to 10 or more, we're gonna do 10 at a time. It's a bit slower in terms of this, but it's in the end it becomes faster. If you want to do 100 at a time, Some softwares like Google Sheets, not softwares, like just, yeah, I guess services like Google Sheets, OpenAI have rate limits, so you can't do too much at a time. Okay. Now, so basically you can try it out. Essentially, loop over items, like execute step, right? And you can see it went through this and it reached this, right? Now, what you want to do is gonna click on carry key. It essentially carries through the items over the whole thing, basically. And I have my Google Sheet set it up this way: website, first name, email, phone, company name, personalization. This is how I name them, right? When you download this whole workflow, is probably gonna have it named differently. So you're gonna go into the carry key, right? We're gonna delete those. You're gonna select execute step or like execute previous steps. And then what you want to do is insert website, email, if you want to, and the company name, right? These are the things that we need. And then we go to the next step. We go into the HTTP request, right? Execute previous nodes, and we'll see our carry key transfer to the previous data to this node, basically, right? Then you want to select the website. What you want to do is go ahead and basically drag this your own website from here to here, and then you'll have our HTTP request basically transfer everything to you, right? Now we have the markdown. It's the same thing. Basically, you get data from the HTTP request, and then we put the same thing data right into here. Cool. Now the fun part comes where we actually do the personalization. So we have this OpenAI node, okay? Now to get this OpenAI node, everything's gonna be installed in the workflow here. So I'm not gonna show you how to do them. Basically, I'm gonna show you how to get your credential to connect with OpenAI, right? So you're gonna click on this node, click create new credential, and now you need an API key from OpenAI, right? So what you're gonna do is gonna enter openai.com, click login, API platform. Cool, now you are here. I'm gonna go click on settings, and you're gonna go on API keys, and then as you can see, I have my own API keys. What you wanna do is select create new secret key. My name, for example, any10 test, select project, no need to, or we can do like default project, and create secret key. Boom, we get this one, and we can copy it. And once we copied it, go back here, paste it in, and we are good to save it. Cool. Let's see, connection tested successfully, and now you have your credential connected right here. Cool. So that's how you're gonna use your API keys, basically. Now you actually wanna add credit, go into billing and connect the card to, because API keys are paid, but it's like really cheap, like 0.0025 cents, I feel like, per whole basically call out of the API key. And yeah, I don't want to make it confusing, basically, but yeah, it's really cheap, to be honest. I scrape tens of thousands of leads and pay like $10 for it, so it's really cheap, to be honest. Right now, what you want to do is go to models, select GPT-4o mini, because that's the cheapest version as of recording this video, right? In the future it might be different, so just be updated with anything. And then you want to have a prompt, right? So what I've done here is I've created a prompt, which you can go ahead and copy and open up ChatGPT, right? Your regular ChatGPT, and paste it in and change one thing. Which you want to do is insert your niche, right? If you're working with remodeling companies, you want to say remodeling companies. Cool. Boom. Boom. Right here. Right? And see, I want you to create a new one. Basically, you can pause the screen and read it. I'm not gonna read it the whole way through. Right. Most important thing you want to have is take this website data and JSON data. That's the one of the first thing you want to have in this, basically. So what you're gonna do is copy this, go back to your Any10 workflow, open up the node of OpenAI again, go ahead and paste it in, right? Why you want to have this one here? Because JSON data basically takes the markdown data that we got from the website and puts it into the AI prompt, so we can, so we can actually see the website, what happened on it. Okay, so I want to simplify output, turn it on, so role user, right? And you'll be good to go. Cool. So if you want to try it out, what you want to do is gonna click execute step. As you can see, we got data from the website, and then here's our personalized line. I noticed your work on luxury home renovations and additions in Vale and Aspen, and I had a question, right? Fairly simple as that. And then Next step is we're gonna filter out because some websites are not scrapable. They have like bot detection or anything. So what you're gonna do is have like an if step. Go ahead, JSON message content, no data. Basically, we have here where it puts out no data if there is nothing in the output of the prompt. And there you have two options. Either if the personalized line was created, then you have this option, right? So what you're gonna do, have the same thing, insert your own Google Sheet, which we have it here, have a free column called personalization, okay? Here, sheet one, perfect. Map each column manually. Column to match on is email, and then you wanna have this one, this key basically pasted in, cool? Personalization, just JSON message content. As you can see, if I execute previous nodes, we have everything right here, right? So content was here, cool. And the carry key, if you named it differently, for example, carry key, your field is a bit differently, you're gonna go here to the left, find carry key, click this arrow, and you'll be able to have your website, oh sorry, your email, and then you'll be able to basically add it in here, right, by deleting this one. This way, you're able to, insert these into the sheet basically, okay? Now, for the other part, you do exact same thing, but instead, now this is one red because obviously this didn't go through to the other one. This one is red. Basically, that's the same thing. You're gonna go to carry key and select your email and paste it in here. And for the personalization, since this node is gonna be approached if the ChatGPT prompt didn't get a website and it wasn't able to create a personalized line. So in that case, you want to create a general personalized line. I have it pasted in, I saw your website and I had a quick question. So that's just a simple one, just so you could, you know, make it easy and you wouldn't have to enter it manually, basically. Right? And that's the whole step, basically as simple as that. And then it just goes back and returns to create one-on-one, basically. Right? So what you're gonna do, clicks execute workflow, and then you'll see our row is gonna be updated every single time. As you can see, it goes in a circle, and it basically stops until it's done. Right? As you see, have this, and it will be adding one by one by one by one. Right? Now we can see that it obviously works, and we have personalized lines added, but now the process is quite slow, right? So what you're gonna do is stop this workflow, right? And you can even turn off the whole anytime sequence, not the sequence, the page. It will do automatically even if you have it closed, right? So what you're gonna do is to increase, once you see everything is working without any errors, increase the batch size to 10, okay? And then launch the workflow. Now what you have, it will take a bit more time on this step and on this step, but you'll save time in the end because it will do way faster than it's doing right now. So you can see if we wait here, you'll see 10 rows added really quickly. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's actually it's amazing workflow. It's really simple, and by creating those, as you can see here, it's what I waited a few seconds, and we got 10 personalized lines at once. Cool. So yeah, that's basically how the whole workflow works. I'll keep it running until the end just to see how much can we get done. All right. So if you want to get the workflow yourself, what you gotta do is join my Skool group, which is called the Outbound Circle, go into the classroom, the cold email arsenal, then go to the bottom, extra resources, and you'll be able to click on this Google folder, all right? And basically right click on this one, download, and you'll be able to get the workflow, all right? Because that's how the workflow looks like, right? Just what you saw previously, you'll get the workflow. Then what you want to do is open up your Any10, which you previously registered for. Yeah, it's gonna look something like this, right? I have a bunch of my own folders and everything, and basically what I'm gonna do is gonna boom, create a workflow. You're gonna create a workflow. Then there are three dots at the top right corner. Click import from file. All right, and in my downloads I have email personalization line writer open, and basically the whole automation is gonna be imported into your own workflow, right? So that's as easy as it is. So let's see. Okay, So we got an error. That's a good thing. Right, so let's see what happened. Website, email. Oh, okay. Because I have it put on basically in the wrong way. So what you want to do is you want to refresh all the column list, right? We'll select here email, email using to match on, because I haven't selected that. So what you want to do is this, and basically you'll be good to go. All right, so once you download the JSON URL, the JSON basically file and import into your workflow, that's going to be fixed. That was an issue on my end, which I didn't see previously. And yeah, you can see we got a bunch of personalized lines really quickly for really cheaply, right? So yeah, I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the Skool group if you want the whole workflow to be automatically pasted into your Anytime. And yeah, hopefully it was valuable and have an amazing day.